Hey everyone! Welcome back to Trending in the Crypto World, your go-to podcast for all things crypto, blockchain, and DeFi. I'm your host, John Anderson, and today we've got an exciting episode packed with news, trends, and a bit of future speculation. So grab a coffee, settle in, and let's dive into what's happening in the world of cryptocurrencies. All right, first up, let's talk about the Fear and Greed Index. Right now, we're sitting at a score of 56, which means the market is officially in the greed territory. You know what that means, right? People are feeling optimistic. We're seeing rising prices across the board. And if you've been following Bitcoin lately, you know it just hit a new high for the month, crossing the $66,000 mark. That's partly due to speculation about upcoming Bitcoin ETFs in the US, which is creating a lot of buzz in the market. Now, speaking of trends, let's jump into the top 10 trending cryptos of the day. These are the coins that are catching the most attention right now. At number 1, we've got Casper, up 9.54%, with a price of $0.01073. This one's been gaining steady interest lately, and if you've been following the Layer 1 blockchain scene, you know why. It's designed to improve scalability and security, something a lot of developers are looking for right now. Coming in second is CS Maximus. And yes, you heard that right. What a name, right? $GOAT has exploded, with a whopping 48.32% increase, making its current price $0.5988. Definitely one to keep an eye on. But it's not just the smaller altcoins that are gaining traction. Bitcoin, of course, is still in the spotlight. It's been fluctuating a bit, but still holding strong at $66,454.84, up 0.65% in the last 24 hours. The ETF hype seems to be pushing it higher, and we'll talk more about what that could mean for long-term price action later in the episode. Now, let's move on to the top 5 gainers. Besides CS Maximus taking the lead here, we're also seeing Canto jump by 79.8%. It's one of those projects that has been a bit under the radar, but now it's starting to shine. On the flip side, some coins aren't doing so hot today. In the top 5 losers, Shiba Inu is down 6.23%. This is interesting because SHIB had such a big run earlier this year, but now we're seeing a bit of a pullback. Could be a good time to get in, or maybe it's just cooling off after some overheated speculation. We'll have to see how that one plays out. Now, let's switch gears for a minute and talk about the latest crypto news brief. The headline today is all about the Bitcoin ETF rumors. For those who aren't familiar, there's been talk about a potential approval for a Bitcoin ETF in the US. This would allow institutional investors to get exposure to Bitcoin without actually having to buy and hold the asset themselves. If that happens, we could see a massive influx of capital into the crypto space. I'll be keeping my eyes peeled for any developments on that front. All right, that wraps up today's main topics. Before we go, let's remind you to keep an eye on your portfolios during these times of heightened market activity. Greed in the market can mean great opportunities, but it also comes with risks, so make sure you're managing your investments wisely. As always, thanks for tuning in to Trending in the Crypto World. Don't forget to subscribe wherever you get your podcasts so you don't miss out on the latest updates. I'll be back next week with more analysis, news, and maybe a special guest or two. Take care and happy trading.